you blow a mile. Please don't come over, 'cause you're not sober. Yeah, now you know that ain't right. If your dude knew you was coming over, that would be a problem. Yeah. If our friends knew undercover love and they would try to solve it, yeah. Me and you, what we do, it stays between me and you, me and you, what we do, it stays between me and you. Please don't touch me like
that. So what's up, everybody? It's your boy One Gun, and I got my fan running in the back. You probably hear my fan running, but that's all right. Today, folks, I guess this was a long time coming. That I will just talk about like current events and stuff like that, and the state of YouTube. And hold on, I need to close Photoshop up real quick. Then I'll. Oh no, I got to cancel this. Save it. I just did a thumbnail. That's all, folks. So that'll be closing soon. Okay. So, what is there to talk about today? There's a lot to talk about. There's an awful lot to talk about, and most of it is basically about the things that are going on with the unrest. Well, the unrest that's kind of like slowed down, but I thought I would wait until after everybody, like when the protests went from just like being super violent on the protesters' side as the looting and all that stuff, and went back to where it was, to where everybody was actually really protesting out there. And I was actually seeing the people out there, they were actually protesting for something good. You know, they were actually doing good, you know. And they always, when they protest, they always are out there doing good stuff. You know, they're always out there trying to stand up for people who are just being trampled all over because of the way policing is done here in America. But that's not the only thing I wish the media would talk about. I wish the media would actually come on to YouTube. And I wish they would just see all the crap, all the bigots, all the racists, and the trolls especially. And most of the trolls are racist. And most of them are bigots. Most of them have some inner tendency to make somebody want to feel lower than they are. And that's basically what it is. It's basically trolling is just a way of oppression. You know, especially when you add the bigotry in it. And the reason why these people do this is because they think they'll never get identified. They'll never know who or what said it or whatever. But in my case, with my troll, I know who he is. I know who he is. I know where he's at. I know where he's at because I've had to get the FBI to show up at his house to stop him from doing something. Now, the thing about it is that this has been going on for how long? FBI has been involved, police has been involved, and yet YouTube is just clueless as to what to do about people on their platform who use their platform for nothing else but slander, fraud, and bigotry. I mean, let's just go back and see how many videos that Joe has to take down because of threatening people, bigotry, and just all around harassment and stalking. You know, he can't have a video up there nowadays because I keep reporting every video he makes threatening me, I report it in. Whether it's DMCA notices or he's looking up my family, whatever, I make sure that those things are turned in. And then I also leave a note with them. It's like, why y'all letting this go on? You know, you have proof that I've been sending you emails upon emails of this person doing this stuff. And And I had to report his channel in a couple times for doing stuff, but y'all still let him do this. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, people, but he's not the only one. I mean, I've been reading up on this thing with Kim Star and H3H, and what happened with Kim Star and H3H is that Kim Star did some stuff. I mean, he's done some really, really nasty stuff, and most of it is pretending to be a news outlet or reporting or pretending to report the news. And what he does is basically gives you something that's worse than a National Enquirer. H3H came and brought this up because this guy, in one case, this is one case, and this case sort of reflects what Joe tried to do to me a little while ago, about a year or so ago. He tried to say, Kim Star said this guy was a pedophile, right? He went out, found somebody, just use Google, like same way Joe does, use Google, found somebody who looked like the guy, then said this is the guy when it really wasn't the guy, and called him a pedophile. And the thing about it is, it came up to be that the guy wasn't a pedophile, is that he just resembles the guy, but the thing about it is that wasn't the guy, So Kim Star basically got him and the rest of his fans and followers to actually harass this guy who had nothing to do with the guy that Kim Star was talking about. And the guy said his life has been totally heck since he did that, And this happened back in 2017, and he says it's still going on today. H3H bought this to YouTube's. Actually bought it to G Fuel attention to let them know that this guy Kim Star is out here doing all this nasty, rotten stuff, and it's not just the old guy. It was another guy who killed himself, and Kim Star did some nasty stuff with that too. It's like Kim Star, to me, for what I've seen, he's just like Joe, just another internet troll, and I do mean not only to YouTube website, but to the internet in general. These people have no personal use or do nothing creative but troll people, lie, and get people to try to hate somebody. And that's Joe's whole thing. Since day one, his whole thing is to get people to hate me because of his shortcomings. If you look at what's been happening over these last 5 years, right? Over these past few years, all you've done and seen me do is just talk about the stuff after the fact Joe does something, after the fact. I've never preempted and went after Joe. I've only responded to him and reacted to everything he does on his channel that's about me. From stealing my videos to chasing after my father, all that stuff is all reactionary. And that's what you would expect if you got somebody out here trying to ruin your name, because their name is already ruined. He tries to blame me for him getting kicked off of Sketchfab. I had no part in him getting kicked off of Sketchfab. The only part I had in getting him kicked off of Sketchfab is to alert the people who own Sketchfab that your policy is this. Why does he get to do it and nobody else can? After an investigation was done upon Joe's 2 Sketchfab pages, it was found that he actually was selling stuff that he never made. So both of his Sketchfab pages got taken down for piracy. Then, on the other side, on the forum board, he wound up getting kicked out for bad behavior because he was acting up because his 2 pages got deleted. So Joe was actually, and in all honesty, was kicked out for piracy, and he was kicked out for bad behavior. Period. That's the truth. Everybody knows that's the truth. That's what happened. But Joe wants to remix it and say he didn't. Well, Joe, we know what the truth is, and the truth is you're no longer there. So ever since then, he's been on this kick to prove that I'm a worse person than he is. That's what he wants people to believe, but that's what he cannot prove. And what he can't prove, he will just make it up. And then he will go to the ultimate by actually trying to do people searches on my family members, call places I've worked, and try to spew his poison like that. Now, the thing about I brought up Kim Starr and the old man is because YouTube has to know about this. YouTube has to know about this. And yet, they let this man channel stay on their platform. This is not freedom of speech right here we're talking about, people. This is what people are using YouTube in a way that makes it hard for the rest of us creators. It's because of YouTubers like Joe and Kim Starr and people like Kim Starr and Joe who go around making these videos and using YouTube as a way to spread hate, anger, fear-mongering, and all type of stuff. So when that happens and when it finally gets out of hand, oh, don't forget, it also spreads racism and bigotry. So when it finally gets out of hand, YouTube start this whole new policy push. So they'll push out a new policy that affects everybody. Not just the people that actually do the stuff like Joe, who should have been off this platform a long time ago. But people like us, small YouTubers who are actually trying to make it by doing everything the right way. We're struggling to get views and all this other stuff the right way. But people like Joe, they don't care about views. They just care about running their mouth off and perpetrating their racism, their bigotry, their slander. That's all they care about. That's all Joe's channel is. Joe's channel is nothing but what I've stole, what I'm going to steal, what I've been stealing, where I sell it at, and who are my enemies and how should I attack them using YouTube. That's it. There's nothing else on Joe's channel past that. Nothing. And when you look, and it's not his channel. It's like I said, it's a bunch of channels that do this. A bunch of channels. They have crappy content on their channel. They don't know how to create original, authentic stuff. So they figured the best way to actually make content is to actually try to screw up somebody's life live on YouTube. That's what it is. Joe's been having a hard time to screw up my life because I don't have nothing in my life worth talking about. And Joe knows this. So that's why he has to make stuff up. You see, he's been trying to basically get people to believe everything he says. The only people that believe what he says is probably his mom. It's probably his mom and Rogue Anime. That's about the only two people he got right now. But for me, I think I've done everything I possibly can to say the truth about this man. I have videos that shows this man being a crook. I have videos showing this man being a bigot and racist on YouTube. I have videos of him slandering not just me but other people. And this ain't like one video, folks. This is many videos. I have him calling the police to have him come around my house. Now, at a time, we're under this civil unrest, right? We got people out here protesting for people getting killed by cops. This idiot tries to get the cops to come around my house for no apparent reason other than the fact that he's trying to find a way to make my life harder. That's it. That's it. I talked to the policeman about 2 weeks ago about him, what he does and how he calls them. They're tired of him too. They don't want to come around my house. They don't. Even though I'm walking distance from the police station, I can look out my window and see and wave to them every day. They don't want to have to come to my house because of some idiot up in Michigan. And they even called him an idiot up in Michigan. He says Joe says every day he's going to take down my videos. Now I've reported his video, the video that he took down off of his YouTube channel yesterday, his Truebones, and now he has it up on his other channel. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll just report that in and let them know here's the video from his Truebones channel because we are constantly taking pictures and recording his videos. We're constantly doing it and we turn them in. And I can show you proof of how it's affecting them because look at this, folks. Look at this. He took that one down. He took that one down. So here's the one. This one right here is this one. All right. He leaves it up on this channel because he's like, oh, I don't do that on my channel. I do that on my... No, you do them on both channels, Joe. But you just remove them. So they'll see this video too. Look, took down that one, but he left that one up. So he's thinking that he's going to use this channel to divert attention to from his main channel. It's not going to happen because, like I said, I put in there to take down both his channels. Every time he makes a video, YouTube records it while, he thinks that YouTube watches the video or records it because Joe's channel is under investigation right now. You saw the emails that I got from Creative Support. They're investigating his channel. So every video he puts up there about, basically threatening my channel, saying he's going to take it down, they're watching it. They are watching it. No matter how many times he goes back and explain, hey, I'm taking this down because of this, they are watching it. So for him to sit back and try to manipulate and try to say, oh, well, that's on my other channel. No, Joe, no. They see you for what you are. They see you for what you are, Joe. You don't give nothing to the YouTube community. You're not a creator. You're not. Joe also has to take videos of his down because he keeps stealing people's music and claiming that it's his. I'm going to mix this down, so he puts it up there and then it gets taken down. It gets some type of copyright claim against it, and Joe takes it down. He doesn't make music. He doesn't make animation. He doesn't make mocap. He doesn't do nothing but sit on his channel all day and perpetuate racism, fear, extortion, counterfeiting, and hate. That's all he does on his channel. That's why he made that I Am One Gun video. That's why he included Hashan in that video, because he wants somebody to hate me so bad he's willing to make up stuff. He is. That's all to it. He's willing to go to the extreme of making fake videos, saying that I made these fake videos. He went to the extreme of making 5 more channels of One Gun. Right? Because he wants people to hate me. He wants people to hate me like his bigot self. Because only a bigot like him would try to sit back and try to find information about me to see if I have a police record. And he keeps on saying I have a police record, but he has not pulled one up. He has not. I know he has a police record because the people he has stalked, I've talked to the girls he has stalked. They told me where to go, where they filed their complaints against Joe for stalking. Even had him arrested a couple of times for stalking. Yes, folks, I have found these women and they have told me about Joe. So they told me where they filed them at, so all I have to do is go to those places and get the police reports. That's it. That's all I have to do. And since they're public record, I can read them online. So the whole farce that Joe says Joe does nothing wrong, Joe is always doing wrong. That's an oxymoron right there, folks. Joe does nothing wrong, but he's always doing something wrong. He will forever continuously do everything wrong. I asked them girls, like, what stopped him? They said, they basically said, they had to get a restraining order. I said, that actually stops it? They're like, yeah, because Joe doesn't like to go to jail. And so you mean to tell me that it has to take a lawful act to get this man out of your life? That's the same thing the police told me when we talked about 2 weeks ago about Joe and this issue of him constantly calling them for bogus reasons. That policeman told me, like, no, he can't arrest me for nothing because Joe has no evidence I've ever done anything, and that's Joe's problem. So Joe tries to manufacture it. Now, that could probably work with the moderators and Gumroad and all that other stuff, Joe, but outside in the real world, where you don't hide behind a computer to do your evil deeds, that don't work. I've always told you, Joe, once you get into the real world, once you get out your mom's garage, you're in my world, the real world, where people have to get out and work and communicate with each other and learn to live with each other. That's what this world is. The world of YouTube and YouTube laws, Joe, only exists in your head and inside your mom's garage. That's it. That's about as far as you can go. And I keep on trying to tell people that he's saying one thing, but he can't do nothing else. I mean, he can sit in front behind his computer all day and talk all day. And now it's going to be, he won't be able to use YouTube soon, so he can propagate his slander, lies, bigotry, hateful speech, anything else. You know, Joe, what happened to the portrait of you doing me on Hitler? Whatever happened to that, Joe? I don't see that video up no more because it's against YouTube's policy. That's why. Hey, Joe, where are the other videos that you threatened me with DMCAs? Where are they at? Oh, I forgot. Those are threats, extortion and threats. That's under racketeering. That's also under YouTube's policy. You can't threat or extort nobody to do something you want. That video, the videos he makes like those are always going to disappear off his channel. Look at his channel. Remember all the videos he had about me on this channel, on his current one and on his other one? They're gone. He took them down because he knows those videos are in violation, but I downloaded all of them. And Joe didn't delete them. He just got them set at the private. All I got to do is like, hey, the video's still there. He just got them set to private. And we're working on subpoenas to get those videos off of, on YouTube so we can go further with trying to get this man out of my life, because it seems like he doesn't want to leave. It seems like he wants to stay here. It seems like he has nothing to do in his life but stay in mine. He wants to keep on trying to pretend he's calling the police. He wants to keep on calling people with no proof whatsoever. But that's okay, because that's just furthering the suit of harassment. And what I like to say to Joe is, if you want to do something new, get a life. That's what you have to do, Joe. If you want to do something new, you feel bored, and you have to do all these things, well, just get a life. That's all you have to do. Walk outside and enjoy life. That's what most of us do every day. I just don't understand why you don't do it. You know, because most of your best videos is when I'm out enjoying my life. I'm not going to sit here all day and wait for you to make videos and report them in. No, I got people doing that for me. But oh yes, folks. Oh yes. Oh yes. He'll be back today. He'll be back on crying and wailing about what I've done to him and what he's going to take down, and then within the 28 hours he's going to delete the video. See, 20 hours. Let's see. 21 hours later. And that's good he leaves the video. It's good he left this one up, because that's just another video I'm going to turn in. You know, it doesn't matter. Oh, small world. Big help as always. Man, this video was old. This video was published on March 16th. Way long ago, before this crap with Joe started. Hold up, folks. Okay, that's the guy. Okay. So, folks. As far as his threats and stuff, they're sticks and stones. You know, I know he can't do nothing. He won't do nothing. And if he does, we're gonna be ready for when he does. So anything he does. So now, like every once in a while, every maybe 4 or 5 weeks, Joe starts crap, and we wind up like this. All right. And what I mean we wind up like this, Joe will post a whole bunch of videos about me, being a transsexual, stealing stuff, blah, blah, this, right? He'll do like 10, 20 videos, right? And then I'll go back and do 5, 6, 7 videos, right? Okay. All right. Then Joe goes too far, and then I have to do something. Then next thing you know, Joe's taking down all his videos. And then he sits back and he waits another 5, 6 weeks, waits for stuff to blow over, and then he comes back and does the same thing again. This happens every time. Everybody knows it's just a repetitive thing, that this is something that he initiates. Me, I basically do my animations, do videos. I do videos on a lot of subjects, but then, after so many weeks go by, days go by, Joe has to come back and start the bullshit again. And that's what he basically did again this time, folks. He just started the BS again. He started BS again because there could be a lot of factors. I think the main factor is he's depressed, sitting in his home, and he's alone. Well, he's not even having a home. He's sitting in his mom's garage alone. And he says, you know what, while he's getting high, he decides to come after me. He starts with the people searches and the snarling, whatever, gangster cry, whatever. However he wants to do, let him do it. I mean, I really don't care about that because I know the people that he show aren't related to me. But he tried to perpetuate these people are related to me, and they're not. Calls himself looking for my sister. He calls himself looking for anybody who's related to me, so he can try to publicly embarrass me. And it really doesn't work, because all it does is give me more fodder to send off to my lawyer. Now, it was sending stuff to my lawyer until recently, until YouTube started talking to us. Now, this is recent. YouTube started talking to us about a few weeks ago. So now I'm going to take stuff to my lawyer. And my lawyer's now taking it over to YouTube. That's what's going on. And like I keep on telling you all, it's not going to take a day. This ain't going to take a week. This is going to happen whenever YouTube and my lawyer decide on what. Meanwhile, as Joe keeps talking and doing the videos of threatening, extorting me and whatever, I just keep reporting him in. Every video he talks about, even saying he's going to file a DMC on me, I turn it in. Any video that he shows he does people searches on my family or try to find people who are related to me, I send that in too, because that's all he does on this channel. How's that being creative, stalking somebody like that? How's that feasible to their platform, as YouTube says they have a platform made for everybody that's safe for kids or whatever. They claim they got this great platform, but it seems like the only people that actually come on your platform to do anything are the people who are racist, bigots, thugs, and trolls. That's it. And then you have no way to expunge these people. They have every way to expunge anything else but to expunge the trolls that do what he does. There should be a tool, in the reporting tool, that says, is this person stalking and harassing you? So YouTube can be alerted. So next video this person does, they can see for themselves what this person is doing. But no, they would rather, they have everything else. They even have a tool that if you're talking about a celebrity, you can report that in. But they have no tool that's geared towards us to report people like him in. All the stuff you report doesn't apply to him because what he's doing is different from what you can report in. Like, what if somebody's misusing the reporting tool? Period. You should be able to report that into them. What if somebody's making a video of misusing the reporting tool and winds up taking down videos of yours or content of yours? Who do you talk to at YouTube? There's nobody you can talk to. You can see when somebody's filing something that's legitimate versus someone who's just doing it just to harass you. You can see that for yourself. You can't leave that up to a robot. They need to have a way you can report this in. And that's my whole thing with it. That's what I'm talking to them about right now. Why change a whole policy on harassment when you haven't dealt with harassment? See, that goes to show they don't really know what they're doing over there because they're not really paying attention to what the real harassment is. So I'm showing it to them in real time as Joe makes his video after video after video after video. I told them, watch, he's going to start sending fake DMC claims to you all. He's going to do everything he possibly can to get this channel off before y'all finish your initial investigation. And that's how he works. He works by manipulating and intentionally misrepresenting the actual argument. Because Joe don't like to argue. He just likes to come out here, get into an argument, and then try to get rid of the person by taking down videos or taking down their channels So he be the one saying like everything I think was true because YouTube took his channel down. No, that doesn't mean everything that you say is true. That means you did something sneaky and got rid of somebody's channel so they wouldn't have a way for people to find what the other part of the argument is. See, Joe can't argue. He can only lie, go around your back, and do whatever it takes to make sure you can't say your version of the story. That's what he is. See, he's a con man. And one thing con men have to do is make sure there's no information about him doing wrong getting out there. So his only thing is to sit back and forcefully try to remove the problem so he can continue being a con man. I will always call this man a con man, a charlatan, a crook, a thief, a bully, a racist. I'm going to forever call him that because that's what he is. Because that's what he does. That's what he's defined by. I don't have to lie about what I say because everybody know it's true. How in the hell can you have a whole store on Gumroad full of counterfeit goods? How? And then say that you have a motion capture studio when you don't even have a motion capture studio. A Connect doesn't count to me. How? How does this happen, folks? How? How can somebody be doing this for years? Doing this for years. Not have the smarts to know how not to get himself in trouble by harassing and stalking somebody who knows that everything he has is stolen. How? It's because this man doesn't understand. He only understands one thing. It's his way. I mean, it's his way that got rid of his stuff off of Sketchfab. It's his way that got him kicked off of Unity, Real Illusion, and then in every other forum board. I mean, I'm not talking about one or two people. I'm talking about he got kicked off of 30 different forum boards for doing what he's doing right now. It's him doing it to himself. But he needs somebody to be the villain. He needs that. He needs somebody to be the villain. He wants a villain. But he found the wrong one because I'm not a villain. I'm nothing like him. So Joe is the person that points his finger that's like this. You call me a pirate, I'm going to call you a pirate back. I'm like, good. I hope you can prove it. He's been calling me a pirate for I don't know how long. He's even called the BSA to report me in as a pirate for how long. And none of it sticks. Nothing sticks, folks. Nothing. Everything he says about me is just erroneous and false. But him, on the other hand, it's been proven that he steals stuff and tries to sell it. It's proven that everything that he owns, he didn't make. It's been proven. It's been proven that he steals people's videos and uses them as a way to sell his stolen content. It's been proven. You don't have to ask me. Ask Benny D. Ask Benny D. Benny D was his next victim. He tried to do to Benny D what he did to me, which is try to get my videos to get on his channel, try to get me to say I use Truebones, and then on top of that, after it didn't work, he gets angry and try to chase people down and harass them. He tried to harass Benny D, lie about Benny D, say he's going to take his stuff down, file false DMCAs and stuff. In Real Illusion the same way. Real Illusion, like if he files a DMC against us, we're going to sue him, and that's why Joe has not, to this day, has sent any type of DMCs to Real Illusion. Now he can talk about. He's free to say erroneous and lieful and spiteful stuff all he wants to. What's up, Blend Spinks? But he can't sit back and actually go through what he says because he knows he's going to get sued. Yeah, you finally caught me. So, by the way, folks, this is a side note here. I came back to this animation here to fix the hand right here. Yeah, that looks way better than what I had at first, folks. I also been going back and taking all my scenes all the final scenes. I got them sitting right here. So, base beta, yeah. So I'm just gonna say this over this one, yeah. And I'm going back. I'm getting all my scenes together. I'm getting all my scenes. Oh, I'll tell you what. From this point on, I'm just going to worry about Joe for the next 30 minutes. I'm just going to just basically give y'all a rundown on what's going on with Archive Infinity. Because I think I've explained myself about the idiot and what he can and cannot do, and how he has to hide his videos so his channels won't get taken down. But that's all right. They're going to get taken down anyway. But anyway, folks. So what I did is I come back in here, and I'm not using the curve editor for this because and this is what I be trying to tell people about iClone is like you got the curve editor that's separate from the timeline, which is fine. I'll just use it this way. And what you want to do is like before you use the curve editor, all right, before you use the curve editor, because you're a work real loose, you got all your money. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. Well, you know what? You know what? You just need to get on iClone and start making stuff and start selling stuff, man. You got to make some stuff. You spend money. You don't spend money as a hobby. You spend it as a professional and buy tools to help you create stuff. That's what creators do, not fakes like Joe. All right, so here we go, folks. Here we go. Well, okay. So what I did is I came in here and I used the dope. I call it a dope sheet. You call it a timeline editor, but it's really a dope sheet. That's what it's been called in the animation industry for over a century now. So what I did is I come in here and I put a key here and a key here, and I leave these keys alone. I don't do nothing with these keys. Between here is like basically what you basically hear when you create a key here and create a key here. You're making a blend. You know, you're kind of blending in the animation. All right. So if this key wasn't here, this key will affect everything going this way. This key will affect everything going in. Will affect. This key will affect everything going this way. This key is going to do the same thing, and this key will do the same thing. So what you want to do is you want to take a default key, put it here, put another default key there. That way, the influence of these keys will be limited outside of this area right here. And what these keys do is actually start. This is where the blend will start at, and this is where the blend is going to end at. So all these keys in here are to manipulate whatever goes on inside of your blend. All right. So I wanted to fix her arm, and what I mean by fix her arm is that I wanted her hand to point up and then relax back like this, and then go back to its default position right back there. That's all I wanted, and it worked out pretty good. As I play this back, you can see there it is, relax, and it goes back. And that's how you block an animation. Now the next part of this is to what I would do is come back in here and then take the keys and just flatten the whole motion clip out. So I always hit flatten all parts. All right. So now those keys are gone because now those keys are inside of here now, inside the clip. So now right here she's talking, and she pulls her arm around, the hand relax, and then there you go. Nice blend, nice animation blend right there. I don't have to go back into my into the curve editor. And these are just ways to not use the curve editor. Now I may go if I want to go back and tweak this, I would go into the curve editor and tweak it. I would go in curve. I mean, I'll probably go in curve editor and maybe like tweak the arc. You know, I won't be tweaking the motion. I'll be tweaking the arcs inside the motion, and that's what I would probably do. So what I'm gonna do is over here is what I'm gonna do. All right, so it's a part. This is another part. Now I'll give you another good example. Think right here. I don't like her arm getting. I don't like her arm like that. So I gotta go back to maybe about right here. All right. Also gonna fix the arm right there too. Her hands, I want to fix those poses too. So, because I took the bars out. The bars were kind of like hiding this stuff down here. I didn't want nobody to see. But I'm taking the bars out because I'm ready to do some renders, and I can put the bars in, um, the aspect ratio bars in later. But right now I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna mark the default key right here, and then okay, so maybe I'm gonna mark one. Let's put a default key right here. All right. All right. So this is gonna be my start and stop of my blend, right? All right. So I got my timeline keyed up. And what I want to do is I want to now what you don't want to use the IK mode for this. Use the FK mode. The FK mode works way better. So I just want to maybe take this shoulder. Make sure you double click on this. I always use local rotate. Local rotate is a little better because it's actually you're rotating where the actual position rotating in the actual position where the actual bone is, and world is like only pertains to the world view of how you see it, and I would rather do it this way because I think this is better. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull this up a little bit, pull that out a little bit. All right, on the same key, come over here. I'm gonna pull this out a little bit. All right, I think that's good enough right there. I'm gonna go back and play that scene. As you can see, it worked out fine. I got a good blend. Now another thing I want to do is fix the hands, because her hands supposed to be on her hip right there. Like from right here, she puts her hands on her hip about right there, and you see it's kind of wonky looking, as she walks. And that's because her hands are supposed to be on her hip. So the way to fix that is to let's see. It goes from here to basically to about right here. Yeah, this hand comes off first, so it comes out right here for this arm. So it's a way to fix this, and you would probably like what I am going to most likely do is use constraints put a constraint on the hip. That's just one ball, and what I'll do is I'll show you what I mean. And sometimes it's work, sometimes it don't. We'll see if it does. Hit F. Now for this scene, I didn't do. I mean, I think I did a video the other day where in the video you saw. Tell you exactly what you saw in the video. I deleted all this stuff back here because I didn't need it in the scenes that didn't show. So all that stuff has to show in this scene now. I could have cut this scene up into like 3 different scenes, but what the heck. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. What the hell? Oh, accidental key put in there, folks. I'm going to delete that key out, and our arm will go back to normal. Bloop. There you go. And so I'm going to go back. Okay, so her hand at some point. Let's see, hold on. So let's go to create primitive shape. Sort of sphere. Probably be better if I use the box. Matter of fact, I think it'd be better if I use the box. I'm gonna use the box instead. The box better represents the if you do anatomy, the box you use like an oval. Well, the original estimated runtime of this film was 30 minutes, but it's just 3 movies. That's all. It's just 3 30-minute movies, so it's a 90-minute film. It's gonna be 3 movies. It's gonna be 3 movies, which are gonna be broken. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be broken up in 3 parts. And for what I understand, is that they want me to break it up into 15 minutes a piece, which will give it more episodes, But I'm like, nah, I'd rather just do three little mini movies and make them to one big movie. It ain't no sense cut up at 50. Unless I was gonna if I was gonna put it on Amazon, I could see myself breaking it up in 15-minute movies to have more content, to be released. But I would just rather release this in three increments or just one huge 90-minute movie. But the whole runtime of this thing is going to be 90 minutes, and that's going to include, and that's for the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So here we go. So about right here is where she. Oh yeah, I have to delete this ball right here. I'm going to use a square. A square will be way more better. All right. So create primitive shape. Let's do a box. And what I'm gonna do with this box is I'm going to take this box. I'm gonna align it to her. I think this may work. There we go. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this box and we're gonna make it smaller. What the heck? Why is the widget? Why is the widget like mini? It's a small little. There we go. We know what iClone needs. It needs let me remove object animation. iClone needs sliders. They really do need sliders. Okay, so once I get this box to where I need it, to where I want it, and one thing I need to do to this box is where is it? I need to pull this out. I think it's this one right here. There we go. That's what I need. Alright, so I'm going to pull this down to about right here. I'm getting this to the shape of her hips. I'm going to pull this up right there. Yeah, buying iClone is like a trickle effect. It's I mean, it just depends. Like, if you're trying to make like little short movies or whatever, it's good for that. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to size up her size of her waist here. I'm trying to get this centered onto her body. I think it is centered. I think it pretty much is centered on her body. Yeah, it's centered on her body. I just have to get this thing to shape up right. Alright. So, I'm going to get this to come like this. This is my second box. Yeah, my whole thing is that I bought when I first bought iClone, I only bought it for one reason. That one reason was to make animations. I mean, that's what I bought it for, and it was easier to make animations inside of iClone than it was than it was in Poser and iClone at the time. I could do a whole bunch in iClone, and well, I got addicted to it, and it proved to be a very good program to use. And I have went on to make a bunch of short videos and animations, and even won a contest. Even won a contest with this powerful tool here. If you really just don't care too much about modeling and all that other stuff, I would suggest get iClone. I already knew how to model all the other stuff, and all I did was just add it with everything I knew to iClone. Do I have to tilt this? Nah, I'm gonna leave this just like this. All right, folks. So I'm going to take this and attach it to. So attach it to her hips. I'm gonna attach this to her hips. Did it attach to her hips though? Let me see where it attached it. Look at pelvis. Okay, pelvis. And I'm going to take this one over here. And attach that to her pelvis. Let's see, where did it attach to her pelvis? Nope, it didn't attach. Let's attach this to her pelvis. Nope, still attached to the box. Let's see, let's do it again. Attach. Let's see, let's hit this right here. There we go, attach this. So I can get rid of this now. I don't need this no more. Let me hit delete. The only thing I do not like is how they handle materials. Made a dress and made the texture and substance, and it transition finding character 3, but the poser 11 didn't come. You did something in character creator and tried to take it over in the poser? Let me get back. Let me try to see if I can get back to where I was. Up, just past it. There we go. Detach. Yeah, this is acting. See, sometimes it acts stupid, so I'm just gonna delete this. But I know where it's supposed to go, so. And I'm just going to duplicate it. Go to edit. It won't let me duplicate it. All right, so it's going to just. So I'm just going to just duplicate it like this. Oh my God! Come on, man. So I'm gonna have to detach it. So detach it, then duplicate it. There it is. So I have to, I mean, it really doesn't matter where I put this thing at. Just gotta get it onto the hip. There we go. There we go, that's perfect. So I'm going to take this and attach this to the pelvis. It should attach to the pelvis. Alright. You got to make sure it attached to the pelvis. There you go. So I'm going to grab this one too. And attach that to the pelvis also. Alright. So now when she walks, see how the boxes follow her pelvis. Go wherever her pelvis is. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I have to come over here and I gotta come over here and erase the animation off of this thing. I forgot to erase the animation off this thing. Move out the animation. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the reach target to there we go. Damn you. There we go. And remove the animation. So I probably had removed the let me see. Let me see if it's still attached here. I don't know. I mean, I've been wanting to go back to Poser. I've been wanting to go back to Poser for a while. And I've never thought about taking stuff out of Real Illusion and taking it into Poser. Never thought of that. I think there's a reason for that because I knew it wasn't going to work. It's like that'd be used. See, iClone is such a closed system, and in order to get out the closed system, you have to pay. You know, if you want to get out of get something out of their closed system, you're gonna have to pay. I think this is it right here. Where is this at? No, that's not it. So where's... Oh, it's both of them attached. Okay, cool. All right, they're attached. All right, so I should be... They shouldn't be transforming and stuff all over. Yeah, okay, so I fixed the transform. So as you can see the box moving, and I'm going to attach her hands to the box, to the boxes. By doing a reach effector. All right, she's walking like this. All right, right here, right there. And then, okay, so I gotta see where he. And then she puts her hands. Okay, so we gotta have to. Now I've done this before. The thing is, this is very tricky. This is a very tricky thing to do. And if it's not done right, you're gonna screw up everything. That's why I always say before you do anything, save. It's just save. Just save, folks. Because yeah, I mean, you can put her hands on the hip, I know, and but sometimes, folks, here we go with what work and won't work. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it won't. All right. I don't know if it'll work like I'm doing right now by putting helpers on her hips for her hands to stay on her hips. So when she walks, no, she doesn't look like, like she's looking now. So I have to have it at the beginning here. All right. Pull it all the way as far as the beginning as I can pull it. All right. It's about as far as I can get it. And now what I want to do, I want to go into here. All right. And I'm going to modify. I'm going to pull out her reach targets, edit reach target. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand. And we're only going to concentrate on the left hand, and then we're going to go over to her right hand. But we want to take this, click this, and then click that. All right, and then we want to come over and hit these little three things right here. I think I want to hit just that right there. I do believe it's one of these two. Okay, so we hit that. All right. So we got our hand on the hip, and what I want to do now is I want to get out of this. I may have to come back to that, but oops, wrong one. I want to come over here to edit motion layer. There we go. And actually not here. I actually want to go over into this box right here. All right. So we're in the box, and we want to go over here to the right here. We want to go right here, and we want to click on putting this thing in the middle. All right, and we want to edit the pivot. All right. So when you edit the pivot, we also be editing the position of the hand, like so. We also make sure nothing weird is happening to the hand. Oh no, maybe this is it right here. And we're just gonna get this, pull this up. And we're gonna make sure that hand is on the body here. Pull this back a little bit. And pull this out. Pull this hand out a little bit more. Our hand's in a fist now, and our hand's in a big fist. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna get out the edit pivot, and I want to see what happens when she walks. Okay. I know at some point her. Let's cut this off. Let's cut this. Let's cut this reach. Let's cut this. Let's delete this real quick. Actually, I want to delete this. That's what I want to do. I want to delete this because now we got to go back and see. Now I know it's going to work. What I want to do is see, because she's going to take her hands off her hips at some point. And I want to make sure. Right there. So right, we got a flag. We got to flag that where she takes her hands off her hip. It's right about here, right about there. So, let's put. I'm just gonna put a key right here. All right, she's gonna. I'm put a key right there. She takes her hands off her hip again. Let's see, move this down some more, and then she should be getting ready to put her hand back on the hips again. She only has her hands on her hips for like a brief moment. And all right, right here. Right, she put her hands on the hips again right here. And this be the point where her hands on both her hips. So her hands comes back down. All right. Here. So you're gonna put a key right there. All right. So we got the keys marked in. We got everything marked in where she's going to be putting her hands on her hips and putting her hands off her hips, whatever. What I should have did, what needs to be done is I should have flattened this first. I need to flatten this first, folks. Well, what time is it? It's an hour already, so I think I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to come back and work on this some more later. But yeah, I'm just setting it up to where, so when she moves her hands, I want her arms to move realistic to her pelvis. That's why those boxes are just guides. And then her hands are going to be attached right here, and then they're going to be unattached here for a while. And then right here, They get attached again, and then oh yeah, I gotta do one. We gotta do one more. So the right hand comes unattached right here. And she talks to her. Okay, so then the hand comes back on the hip right about there. Okay, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit a save on this and come back to this in another hour or so. But the thing is, the whole purpose of me doing that with the boxes so I can get like realistic, like the hands to be stuck to the hip, and they should not move. They probably will move, because constraint will hold it, but sometimes if it goes out the parameter of the constraint, it will not stick. So I got there's some ways you can fix that by just canceling out the animation on the arm. Period. That means that like she'll have animation on her arms, but as soon as her hand hits that hip, you would just delete all the animation in that arm, and then what you would do is put it. You would just cut that little clip out, like break that clip right there, take out all the animation. That way, the arm is only driven by whatever keyframes you put in there to make it look right. So it's a couple of tricks you can do to actually get those hands to make the hands look like they're actually on that hip right there. And that's by doing a couple of. I mean, I got a couple of tricks. I mean, I've been using iClone for a while. I know a couple of tricks to pull and when not to pull them, and know when to say, okay, so I can't do this, so I'll just move the camera so nobody will see it. But there's a bunch of stuff you can do when it comes to situations like this. I didn't notice this until I came back and watched this earlier. When I came back and actually watched when I actually saw her walking, and I was like, oh, you know what? I forgot I had the bar up there the whole time, and the bar really didn't show her not touch her hands down on her hips. And that's one of the things I said I was going to fix. It really, I mean, people don't. I mean, you really ain't going to notice it or whatever, but I would like to have her hands on her hip, to actually put the work in to do it, So, folks, I'm going to get out of here for a little bit. Give me something, what time is it? Yeah, it's way past lunchtime. Getting there, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and grab me some food, and I'll talk to you guys later. Please like and subscribe this video, and don't worry, my channel's going to be here for a long time. As for Joe's, I don't know. But, I mean, he can keep his channel for as long as he wants, as long as he will just stop what he's doing and just live his life. Me, I'm going to get off, get me some food, and talk to you guys later. Peace.